So guys, welcome to a new game to my channel, Basho Fury Sumo from Sideline Strategy Games. And unlike the description on the thumbnail of this fat guy's pushing, it really is not. They're quite physically strong guys, even though they look huge. But a little bit of background to this. I am currently watching the May 2021 Basho over in Japan. They play 15 rounds, or they each have 15 bouts, and they have one a day. So as the days go on, I'm actually playing the fights in this game, and I'm following the matchups that they actually have in Japan. So thought I'd just show you this game. It's very quick, very easy, but it's a lot of fun. So what you get the rulebook, obviously, and then it's not a big rulebook. There's a couple of charts there for status, but I use the status difference between the fighters. So the footprint of the game is here. This is off another table I've just written in here because it's easier than looking at two. And there are 4 charts: control chart, edge chart, the 66 chart, which is a 66 roll, and the injury chart, and I don't use injuries. So if we look at a wrestler, so I'll set it up ready for the day 11 bouts. So there you have the first 2, and I'll give you the records. But let's look at this guy, Azumaya. And if he's fighting Hakuyo-san, then what you have is you have the rating here, 39 and 35. So there's a difference of 4. So you look down here for 4, and you're rolling on the minor favoured status line. You need 2 dice that can be the same colour. It doesn't matter because it's red, lowest number, highest number. Then you have 2 to 12, which is the way the fight's finished, or the bouts, and within the rules they explain to you what all these are, what a yorikiri is, or watanagi, and those oshidashi, etc., etc. Then here you have the balance rating, power rating, and technical rating. Their engineering rating, as I say, I'm not using that. This is used for a different way of working out the powers and all the statistics on the fighters themselves. But the game is quite simple. So you work out the difference, which is 4, and so it's a minor, and you roll 2 dice, and 14, you look along here, and it says the favoured fighter wins, and that's the end of that fight. So to find out how he wins, you roll again and add them up, 9, and you look on the winner's fighter, which is Azumayu, and 9 is Oshidashi. And then if you want to know what the time of the bout was, you roll them again, 25, you look down here, 25 is 15 seconds. And that is that bout finished. As easy as that. Now, what happens if, let's say, this fight was taking place and you rolled a 15? So 15, you look along and it says favorite control. So you go to the control table and you roll the dice. 35. The Sumatri, who are the fighters, Sumo Tori, a jockey, for controlling the center of the dojo. The controlling Sumo Tori is too aggressive and loses by Hikiotoshi, so the other fighter wins. You don't need to roll because you know how he won, and then you roll again 45 for the time, but this time, because you've rolled the dice twice, you look at the second column, and so that took 30 seconds. Now some of them will say like 36 power, so you look at the 2 fighters, the power. Azumayu had 1, and his opponent in that fight, Hakuyo-san, has 36. So Hakuya-san has the highest, and he wins. He doesn't tell you how he wins, so you roll the dice, read it off his card. But some of them will say edge, which means the match has moved to the edge, please roll again. So you move to the edge chart and you roll again. Now, once you've decided who's won that, you then have to roll for the time, and because you've rolled the dice 3 times, 55, you look at the 55 seconds. The other chart is the 66 chart. And the 66 chart is if you roll a 66. Easy as that. So, let's go through day 11's fight. So we've got Enho, who is 1 and 6. 1 and 6. He hasn't fought all the way. 1 and 0 actually. He's only fought 1. He's a substitute from a lower ranked tournament. And he's fighting Chiyomaru, who is 5 and 5. The difference is 2, so it's a slight 16 on the slight. Favourite wins. So Chiyomaru wins the fight, and he wins by 7, which is Tsukidashi. And the time 23 seconds. So that's the first fight done. So Chiyomaru moves to 6 and 5. Fight 2, Kotonowaka 72 against, and he is a 6 and 4 against Kaisei, who is a 2 and 8. So this is a difference of 16, which is a huge difference. We roll the dice. 15. Kotonowaka wins, and he wins by Tsukiotashi. And I say, if you want to know what these moves are, then there is a list that comes with the game. 26 at 23 seconds. So Kotonowaka will move to 7 and 4 for day 12. Tamawashi, who is 6 and 4 against Okinoumi, who is 8 and 2. And by the way, just because he's a better rate doesn't mean that he's got a better, he's going to end up with a better result, because there are a fair few upsets during this process. So 3, slight advantage. 13, it's going to go to Okinoumi, who will move to 9 and 2. He wins the fight by Oshidashi. And 46, 13 seconds. Chiyoshima at 3 and 7 against Kagayaki at 6 and 4. Difference of 12, which is a major difference. 15, Kagayashi wins the fight. He wins it by Yorikiri. And he wins it after 9 seconds. Now this is a huge difference. Shimanoumi, who is a 9 and 1, he's only lost 1 bout, and he's up against Ishiura, who is 2 and 8. So even though he's down at 50, he has won 2 fights in this Basho so far. Difference is over 25, so it's an improbable. The only thing that can happen is a 56 will get a favourite control, or a 66. So it's a win for Shimanoumi by Tsukiotoshi. And he will move to 10 and 1 and be one of the favourites to take the title at the end of the 15 days. And it took him 15 seconds to win that fight. Next up is Chiyotairyu, 5 and 5 against Endo, who is 4 and 6. So as you can see, the power rating, the rating is for Endo by 14, but he's not got as good a record as Chiyotairyu. So the difference